would go over there and meet them, and three of us would take Mahaprasad together. So they would come, they would have their devotees, I don't know if they were cotton, whatever they were. I guess they were maybe jute. Jute is also considered pure. Like jute.
It's same as silk and wool, or what is the ranking? Most is wool, then silk, and then
wool, silk, and jute.
They are same.
No, the ranking. Wool is more pure
than silk.
Than silk and jute. I don't know.
It's so complicated.
Yeah, it's complicated. They just, I mean, like, so they had this jute. I think they had jute cloths with maybe silk. I didn't pay much attention. But he came in his room. He took off his study. He just had a shutter, and he hung it up on a hook. And he gumshoe. He always took prasad in the gumshoe. I asked him, what do I do? He said, this is my puja outfit. It's pure. I have the same thing. I have puja outfit. I wear for puja.
Yeah.
And then I take it off and eat and all that stuff. I don't eat the same clothes.
So you wear cotton, normal cotton clothes during puja?
No, I wear jute. Jute stuff. Well, actually once a week. Just for puja. I suggest if you're doing puja, you should all have like separate outfit for puja. It's nice. Or you just wear, new cotton. You have cotton, wear it, and then the new outfit next day. It's okay. However you want to do it. But definitely when you're doing puja, it should be some pure thing. Otherwise, if it's chemicals, it can catch on fire. It's dangerous. Background stories. It's not silk or wool or jute. It catches on fire. It can be dangerous. We're dealing with ghee lamps and incense sticks and all that stuff. Cotton, it doesn't burn very fast. It burns, but not very fast. Wool is the best. Yeah.
Another question is also, Advaitaji said I should send him some loy vastra. He said like these wool chadars, and he said from Radha Kunda, but all what I see, what we are the Babajis, the widow, you can buy them for 120 rupees, but it's not pure wool. It has maybe a little bit wool, but is it considered also as a loy vastra, which you can go to big toilet and you don't have to wash it, or where to get this loy vastra, which are pure wool? Because this is very expensive.
I think it's just what they sell is what they sell. He's talking about this thing. It's available here. It comes in red or white.
Yes.
It's like wool, some kind of wool, I think it's all wool. It's just cheap wool. That's all. It's really rough wool. And itchy, and so it's like mostly air. It's not very tight weaving, It's very loose weaving. But you can wear it out to go to the storeroom and this and that, and up years old, he knows all that stuff. Waiter knows all that. You go to that store and then if you're wearing that cloth, then you go to puja after, I don't know. So I don't know all the details. It's very complicated. I don't follow all that. I just change my cloth, take it back, or whatever. Puja is clean cloth, and then everything else I do whatever else. The wool thing, it's too much for my head to figure out. During puja, I always have clean cloth or jute. I have wool also. Which I wear wool.
But if you make puja in silk cloth and you don't make them jute or so, you can wear it the next day the same without washing, or you have any way to wash them?
I don't think you have to wash it.
You don't have to wash? Okay.
Wool is purified just by putting it in the sun. I'm not sure about silk, but
silk on the wind. Silk on the wind.
Purified
by wind.
Silk is purified by wind. You can turn the fan on. I added the fan, turn the fan on. no wind when you do it. Okay, that's Wade is more expert in all this. But that Gomshi watch, you get it right here. So that red one, you see like 100 rupees or something.
Yeah, I just doubt if they are pure wool.
It's just
No,
cheap wool.
they sell the gray one. That's
Yeah,
stuck to
exactly,
the
yes.
This is pure wool.
Oh, really?
All the Babaji is taking.
120 rupees?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
The gray one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Not
they're,
the red one.
they're grey
last,
mostly.
last year it was red, year before it was green.
Ah,
this
the
this
cheaper
is
chadar,
all.
yeah.
Yes.
This all these gray ones are pure wool.
Ah,
All the
okay.
Babaji is wearing.
Yeah, I also saw it.
Yeah.
Okay, because wool is very expensive. I bought one in Gangotri, pure wool chadar. It was,
5,000 rupees.
yeah, we had a good deal, 2,000-3,000 rupees, but then I came here and they say 120 rupees, so I was very doubtful if it's
It's rough wool,
okay.
It's cheap.
Okay. Good.
Many ships.
Mm.
All right.
Okay, let's get out of the dressing room here. Okay. Okay, what's the question here?
Okay, I want to come back to Hemata's question. Now you have a special name, Hemata. What is all this thing about, you must chant 16 rounds, otherwise you're fallen? And I know Mahaprabhu said, we should chant 1 lakh, but surely he didn't. This is completely impractical for grihastas in the West nowadays. So how to reconcile these things?
Ask your guru. The guru gives a bhajan for the disciple. Generally, japa is chanted, it's called Sankhya. Sankhya Purvaka Namaganatavi. And Sri Goswami Ashram describes the Goswami, he said Sankhya Jap, Sankhya Nam, Sankhya Gan, Sankhya Nativi. Nativi means offering Dandabats. Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gana Nativi. So Nativi means offering Dandabats, offering obeisance and Dandabats. And Gan means singing songs and bhajans and poetry and namas, japa. So they chant X number of rounds. So in Hari Bhakti says we should chant a minimum of 4 rounds. 4 rounds of japa equals 1 granti. Granti means a knot. Rida granta maho. It's Mitunya Gara.
Sastriyani to Nibhavanatam.
So this attraction of man and woman is like a hard knot, like you take a big rope and tie a big knot on it. You have to use a knife to cut it out. So only a sadhu's words and kriya can cut the knot of material attachment of man and woman. So when you chant a group of 4 rounds equals 1 granti. So we usually chant in grantis. 4 rounds, 8 rounds, 60 rounds, 24 rounds. Like this kind of someone started thinking, someone wrote a letter to Prabhupada. I'm chanting 25 rounds on the Ekadasi. One disciple wrote a letter. Prabhupada wrote back, very nice, you chant 25 rounds. But everywhere it's always done in 4. It should be 24 rounds or 28 rounds. But Prabhupada, he was just happy people were chanting anything. But he's not going to say, no, you should chant 24. Okay, more the better. 25, okay. It goes in groups of 4. You chant 4 rounds, or 8 rounds, or 16 rounds. So Mahamashtra usually minimum 4 rounds. Some Sankhya, every day you do Sankhya. Now your guru will tell you. My Guru Maharaj told me, you're accustomed to chanting 60 rounds, you chant 60 rounds a day. You can't, you chant minimum 4. You try to chant 64, you're not doing anything else for that time. But he did. So, it was 2 lakhs at the end. Later years.
He did.
He did. Oh, it's pure mind, Brahman. 82 years bhajan in Vrindavan. 82 years was here in Bhajan. A long time. How many years last life? It accumulates over lifetime, So, what's the question about?
The question is, there's so much, if you don't chant 16 rounds.
It's all nonsense talk.
Because
There's no base in Shastra.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where does it say in Shastra we have to chant 16 rounds? It doesn't say so.
You chant whatever your guru tells you to do. If your guru tells you don't chant any mantras, you don't chant any mantras. You got perfection that way. Perfection comes by the mercy of Guru. I had a godbrother, a Bengali gentleman named Vibhu Chaitanya. He was Prabhupada's disciple. He was serving Krishna Balaram Mandir. He was in the kitchen cooking for like 40 years or something, long time. And he was in the old days, Krishna Balaram, they were cooking on coal. The coal is kept under the stairs in the Guru Pulpit, and he made a little closet. He would carry the coal over to he got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, carry the coal over, break up the coal. He was working from 3 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night. He didn't have time to change japa. And he was really busy, 3 a.m. to 11 o'clock at night, not some, So he met a problem every now and said, I don't have time to chant my japa. He said, when you're cooking, you just chant. So you're sitting there 11 hours a day. You go to Mangalarti streets and this and that. In the old days, the offering tray, 1977, 78, 80, 90, for a long time, it was like big brass tray, like 3 feet in diameter, with so many preparations. So now it's very small standard. Very reduced standard. Little silver plates. It was a king of Prabhupada's time. It was huge bell metal, like 3 feet diameter. Now it's a little 12-inch thing. So there's no problem. So he didn't chant japa at all, and he got perfection. Died in Vrindavan. Went to Krishna, went to Prabhupada. The main thing is to please your guru. That verse is there in the 7th canto, chapter 15, verse 25. It says, Sarvam etat Guru Bhakti, Sarvam etat Guru Bhakti Anjasa. All the things, Narada Muni makes a long list, 7th canto, chapter 15, verse 1 through 25. Narada Muni talks about all the anarthas and how you conquer the anarthas. So you can conquer lust by discrimination, you can conquer this by this, all different things. He tells you anarthas, tells you how to conquer the anartha. And at the end of that long list of different anarthas, verse 7, 15, 25, he says, however, etat sarvam, etat, all of this, etat sarvam, all the things I just told you, verse 1 through 24, you can conquer by Yanjasa means very quickly you can conquer by Guru Bhakti. Love and service and attachment to your Guru. Guru Bhakti is more powerful than lust, anger, kam, krodha, lobha, moha, matsarya. Guru Bhakti is more powerful than Triguna. Guru Bhakti is more powerful than Yamaraj. And Guru Bhakti is supremely powerful. That's the whole point of that chapter of Narada Muni, is stressing the power of Guru Bhakti.
Guru Kripa Ikevalam. Guru Kripa Ikevalam.
You got it. Jai Guru. Jai Guru Devi. What's the time now?
It's 4:29.
4:29.
I have a question.
Yes.
It's not nobody else.
Anybody, wait a second. Anybody else? Aditya have a question? Okay. Aditya ji.
Are there any favorite dishes for Radha Rani?
What's he saying?
What's our Radharani's favorite dishes?
Favorite dishes. Krishna smile. she has Krishna's smile, it fills her up completely. Dish means something you eat, put in front of you and eat and become full. Put a towel, put a dish, and you fill it up with food and put it aside. So Radharani's favorite dish is Krishna's smile. The Krishna's smile fills her whole heart, fills up her heart, fills up her mind, fills up her soul. Doesn't need any more than that. If she acts in such a way, Radharani acts in such a way and serves in such a way that Krishna smiles, and she's completely satisfied, santosh, and completely blissful. But what she likes, I don't know what she likes. I can't tell. We've heard different things. I never read anywhere in Shastra. We heard she likes, basically the basic answer is she likes Krishna's prasadi remnants. She likes Krishna's tambul, his pan prasadam, probably most of all. Her favorite, if you ask someone, it's a tricky question you ask your friends. You're Krishna Bhakti? Yeah, I worship Krishna. What's Krishna's favorite prasad? Well, no. What's Radharani's favorite prasad? They'll say, Arbi Sabji. Some kind of plum chutney. This is what I've heard over the years. I don't know. I never read anywhere in Shastra. Plum chutney, Arbi Sabji. I don't know. I think these are two West. Arby's Indian thing, but Vishwasi told me that even the street shops make Arby's subsidies in some seasons. In Madan, I used to get Arby's subsidy from the shop and over here. You ever outline the remnants? I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to make this stuff. I don't know cooking. Some shop was selling kachori, sweet kachori shop. Kachori, they make Arby's subsidy. So because, like, for example, I was going to make a cookbook about 20 years ago, and there's a famous Bengali Babaji who speaks English. He's a real gentleman, and he knew cooking perfectly. So I met him one time. I said, I want to make a cookbook called Radharani's Cookbook. I want you to teach me and tell me, because I'm not so much teaching, but show me how all these preparations. I'll make a recipe book and give it to the devotees. Radharani's Kitchen. Krishna's favorite preparation. So I thought the things that she cooks can go into the Amrita, and when she's in Nanagram, there's a long list of all the things she cooks and go into the Amrita. Radharani cooks Krishna's breakfast, a real huge feast. 12 chutneys and pickles and 10 pickles and so many things. A long list is there. Kind of not described very particularly, no recipes are there, but long list. So I said, so can you teach me these things? I know these things, I can teach these things to you, but I can't guarantee these were Radharani cooks, because these are all Bengali preparations. Krishna's Kaviraj is a Bengali. He's a Brahmin, he's a good cook, he's a good singer, he's a good poet, he's everything. He's great, he's Kasturi Manjari, he's trained by Radharani, the Sakis and everything. Krishna's Kaviraj Kasturi Manjari, right? So I said, okay, that book project just got scuttled, just got sunk, I always had a desire. So I had this long discussion, and I said, what do you think? What do you think Krishna eats? He said, to me, it probably Krishna eats what North Indians eat today. What's being eaten by Vishwasis, kachoris for breakfast, and puris and sabri at dinner, and rice in the afternoon, and kadi sauce is really big, and so what the Pandas and Brahmins are making for the deities are Radha Raman, and Krishna Balaram. That's probably what Krishna ate. All fried things and kachoris, all of Radha Raman's Maharaj. Maybe Yashoda and Raini and Radharani cooking the same things. That's what his idea was. He's a cook.
It's also in your book, Bhavana Satsang, quoted from the
Yeah, it's going to go ahead. Long, but it explains a little bit, almost like like you make a little bit of recipe there also. But not very exact. Do you have any answer for this question?
The same, Maharaj, as you.
What?
Thank you so much. Nothing more than what you said. You mentioned exactly.
Basically, what I think these old ancient traditions, Vallabha Sampradaya, Radha Vallabha Sampradaya, and Vallabha Sampradaya, what they offer is Nachi, and this is probably what Krishna did. I can't give any definitive answer. But usually around Ashri, we make Karvi Sabri and cranberry chutney and all these. Rani's favorite. Are you sure? Not really.
Pizza, ice cream. They say there's no pizza in the spiritual world.
I don't know. Don't say that in Italy.
How would I go to the spiritual world if there's no pizza there?
You get shot. You get shot on the spot. Every liberated jiva has his own spiritual world. So when you're liberated Italian, you get your own Italian spiritual world. Pizza, ravioli, spaghetti, all this stuff. Vegetarian. Whole wheat noodles, all right. Spinach noodles, okay.
There's also some differences between, in Hari Bhakti Vilas there is a section which forbidden foods. I'm not sure, I think eggplants maybe, but in Chaitanya Charitamrita eggplants are listed.
Good luck. So it takes you one different. Because the Puranas say that. So they don't offer eggplants in Jagannath Puri. But Rishwasi eat eggplant every day.
Yeah, also carrots.
Babaji eggplant every day. My Guru eggplant every day. Babaji eggplant every day.
Gobi sabji. Cauliflower is forbidden by Hari Bhakti Vilas, but everyone eats it.
Carrots?
Carrots are real no-no.
But Gajar Halava very nice.
It depends on which Sangha you are.
Specifically in Hari Bhakti Vilas, it doesn't mention anything about carrots.
Mm-hmm.
But supposedly, I haven't read myself, I heard from Brahmins, my Gurudev reiterated the same story. There's a story, you eat carrots in your Sangha?
In ISKCON we did, in Gaudiya
No,
Vaisnava.
I mean, you're initiated by praying Gopal Swami.
No?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, let's talk.
Is against.
No, well, why we don't eat carrots? That's the question on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Why do we have to talk about food? I haven't eaten all day. I was supposed to eat before class. I didn't. Everything's already cooked and offered, but it's not
Hari
offered
Katha.
here. My offerings hasn't been done yet. Krishna, he's in check, you know. I'm not too good. So anyway, I was told by my Gurudev, and I haven't read it myself, and he couldn't cite, but he says in Puranas, and old Brahmins will tell you the same story. There's a Rakshas named Rakta Bij. Bija means seed and Rakta means blood. In Sanskrit, Rakta, that's shortly, Rakta Bij. So it means blood seed. So this demon, Durga was called on the task of fighting this demon, Rakta Bij. So Durga has all 10 arms and swords and everything like daggers. But she's fighting the guy with her sword. She cut off his head. When she cut off his head, so much blood was spurted up all over the place, you know. And when it hit the ground, another demon came up. So one became 20, became 50, became 100. And Durga was going, oh God. Every time she cut one, another one came up. So then she said what to do. So she called her servants called Dakinis. Dakinis are a type of witch, a type of blood-sucking witch type personality. Dakinis. And so she called and said, listen girls, I have some food for you. You keep eyeing this guy. When I cut his head off, you drink all this, make sure you drink every drop of blood, so no blood falls on the ground, makes an edema. So she cut off his head. Then he drank everything up and check. So they were very happy and completely filled up. And then the body fell on the ground, just the body. And where the body fell came out carrots. So carrots are the body of a dead demon named Rakta Beach. So enjoy your carrots.
But is it all carrots or only the red carrots? Because Narayan Maharaj, I don't know if it's the same story, but I heard something similar from him. But he says
dye
only
your
the
carrots white. I don't know. It's all carrots. Don't do flim flam. Don't try to do the shuffle.
Why don't we eat the onion and garlic?
That's in Madan Samhita, man. That's clear. It's Sanskrit stuff in Madan Samhita. Madan Samhita prevents. It says right there, you can't eat onions and garlic. Leeks onions and garlic. I read it myself. Madan Samhita.
In Ayurveda Shastra, it's like medicine mentioned it.
What?
In Ayurveda Shastra, it's mentioned as a medicine.
Someone says garlic is, everyone's eating garlic, it's good for your heart, this, that, the other thing. It's Ayurveda. Well, one thing, you're correct, but you have to understand a little more refined. There's 3 types of Ayurveda. There's Sattvic Ayurveda, there's Tamasic, and there's Rajasic. So you're quoting Tamasic Ayurveda. Tamasic Ayurveda, earthworms are also a medicine. Earthworms, the worm, creamy. Bhumika creamy. Whatever, what do you say? How do you say earthworms in Hindi?
Worms?
Bhumika creamy?
Earthworms on Hindi.
Worm in the earth. What do you call it? Put it together, Sanskrit, what do you say? Creamy means worm? Bhumi means earth. So if you're eating garlic, eat some earthworms with it. Hello. Listen, I'm talking to you, dear. If you're eating garlic, make sure you eat some earthworms too, because it's also Ayurvedic. It's very healthy, And while you're at it, eat chicken stew, because Prabhupada was prescribed chicken stew for whatever disease he had. It was from Ayurveda. Ayurvedic doctor called in for he ate, he spit out, and I'm not eating that stuff. Amrita, right? Everyone heard this. They fed Krishna chicken soup. His father's a vegetarian. That's an Ayurvedic medicine. Chicken. So don't just Ayurveda. Whiskey's also wine is Ayurvedic medicine. Also, so drink wine. There was one guru in a spiritual mission. Let's just say that. There's one guru on a spiritual mission. He used to have this drakshashava. Draksha in Sanskrit means grapes. Nasa means fermented grapes, means wine. It has all the herbs in it. It's drakshashava or draksharishta. Kumari rishta for women, Kumari ashva. So draksharishta is for digestion. It's Ayurvedic medicine. Use 1 teaspoon in a cup of water after your meal. That's good for digestion. It's wine. So he was drinking 1 bottle or 2 bottles a day. Because all, the way he's done it, all 100 empty bottles. So he wasn't going down to the liquor store buying wine. He was buying drakshashava. He was like stoned on Ayurvedic medicine.
Same as Agori, Babaji. Agori. They also.
I don't know. Let's not talk about other people. They're sadhus and saintly people. We respect what they represent. We don't follow that wrong. There's all kinds of saintly people and all kinds of spiritual ideas and sadness, so respect everyone there. I don't know much about them, but I have respect for them.
Maharaj, the mind would rationalize anything.
What?
The mind is enemy or friend.
Yeah.
It can rationalize.
I haven't met a friend yet. I haven't met the friendly side of the mind yet.
Yeah, it's mostly our enemy.
The mind is our friend or enemy? Enemy. How many say your mind is your friend? Raise your hand. Hey, come on. What about Advaita Krishna Baba? Raise your hand. He doesn't have any problem with his mind. He doesn't have one. He's mindless. In America, they used to say, you guys, you Hare Krishnas are mindless robots. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. They used to say zombie, they used to say zombie. Zombies, I think, is a dead body that comes back to life or something like that. It's not a zombie. You guys are. I used to say, you're right. I wouldn't disagree with them. I say, you're right. So what are you going to do now? You know, I'm going to get out of here. Pretty sure me in the one. Oh, a funny experience in America. Such a crazy place. Americans are excessive. They're excessively crazy or excessively rich or everything's excessive out there. No culture, just excess. No cultural foundation. It's like
Hamburger.
ego and excess. Ego and excess. Man and women, whatever. I can speak from authority. Unfortunately, not recording all that. Some question? Yeah. Can we get food?
No, this is more. No food.
Catch me on a day after I had lunch. Okay. What? You want to ask?
Diaboli wants to ask.
You're asking.
I would like to ask.
Is that how you raise your hand? Okay. I know you're going like this, I know you're doing some mudras or whatever.
Yes.
That's your casual way to raise your hand. I got a it's very stylish, but I didn't understand your body language. I thought you said you're talking around and speak, tell me, communicate, you're talking in circles. What is this? And what is this?
Helicopters come to take you to spiritual world.
Like, yeah, that's where's that? Yes. Speak, my dear. Make it clear. Have no fear, because Krishna is near. For those who are dear.
Krishna is here.
Krishna is here for those who are dear.
And here.
Yes.
Manjaris, it is written that Manjaris can feel same feelings like Radharani and even more. But how they can continue to serve Radharani if they have such feelings? How they don't feel down? Yes. How they continue?
How they tolerate this extra super feelings out of love, prem, and they keep doing seva?
The question, thank you. The question is asked that the Manjari Bhav, feature Manjari Bhav is Bhavalas Rati and Bhav Taratmika. They're identifying with Radharani's heart. They're supposed to become one with Radharani's heart. What she feels, what she thinks, what she desires, how everything is supposed to, their hearts are supposed to move with Radharani's heart. So how they do seva, because Radharani's heart, Krishna breaks Radharani's heart and doesn't come. She's a Vasik Sajak Nayak, waiting for Krishna to come to the appointed Sanket Kunj, to the appointed meeting. He doesn't come at all, maybe not at all, or comes to the very end of the night, almost sunrise. Radharani's just crying and crying, burying her head in the flower bed and crying. And she's totally devastated. So if a Manjari is identifying with that, she's totally devastated, and she's lying on next to the flower bed on the ground, crying, and totally devastated. So you have two devastated Sakis, one Manjari and one Radharani. So the Manjari, that's the special ability of the Manjaris. They don't cross the border of losing their capacity to save it. Save it, everything's starting. They're identifying Radharani, they're devastated like Radharani, they're crying, they're very heartbroken, and they're feeling very unhappy and all that. People say they like my lectures with all this background noises. Birds and parrots. How about this? It's a husband and wife fighting. Husband says he's right, the wife says she's right. Same old, you know. So there's a limit to how much the Manjaris identify. So Yoga Maya, because it's out, your emotions are not in your control. So their emotions, they follow Radharani's emotions. But Yoga Maya steps in and stops them before they faint and fall uselessly on the ground, incapable of doing service. So Yoga Maya acts here. Puramasi personified as Yoga Maya Shakti. So she's an orchestrator, like a conductor in an orchestra. So musicians there. And he's conducting everything, or she, whatever conductor is. Everyone performing at the right time. And like Yoga Maya is making everything happen perfectly. The Sakis are all crying, everyone's crying. The Manjaris, they can't, like we say, lose it. Everyone loses it. The Manjaris can't lose it. They don't lose it. Yoga Maya's intervention of Yoga Maya to keep them on. So the Manjaris, everyone's collapsed on the ground. So the Manjari says, I go, where's that Krishna? The Manjari runs out of the Krishna, where's that guy, She goes looking for Krishna. And she finds him in Chandravali's kunj, and she ties it. She gets little rocks, she starts throwing rocks, and one rock hits Krishna on the back or something, or whatever, lands next to Father and Krishna. And sees, somewhere looking, he understands, so Manjari threw a rock in the kunj. So he says, Chandra, I have to step outside for a second. Manjari says, hey you, come here. Manjari grabs him, come with me, what are you doing? And Krishna, I'm sorry, don't tell Radharani where you found me. We'll see what we tell Radharani. You'll see what we tell Radharani. Why you this? And the Manjari beats him and chastises, ridicules Krishna all the way back to Radharani's kunj. And she takes her in and sits her on the flower bed, and she goes to Radharani, and she gently whispers in her ear, Radharani, Sham has come. Radharani's unconscious. Sham, she's saying Sham, what are you saying? Sham is here. What? Look. And she can smell his fragrance already. And meat. Alright, let's say happy ending. Always happy ending in the spiritual world. Nice question. It shows you're thinking correctly. It's a good meditation. Carry on. Some question. Jaya Radhe Dasi Ji. The middle lady with the yellow lady. You have a question? That's right. I can't hear.
Can you explain the difference between first initiation and second initiation?
Not sure. Yes. First question, the devotee's asking a question, what's the difference between first initiation and second initiation? Are you initiated?
No.
Well, the first answer is there's no such thing as first initiation.
Harinama.
It's not, Harinama is not initiation.
In which sense? Because this is some.
The word initiation is an English translation of a Sanskrit word diksha. Diksha means transcendental knowledge which removes kamasha. Diksha, sha means contamination, anarthas, and difficult things to conquer are removed by receiving transcendental knowledge and mantras from Guru at the time of Diksha. The Diksha mantra in the Gaudiya Sampradaya is Gopal mantra. And also we give Kam Gayatri. These are Diksha mantras that are described in Hari Bhakti Vilas. Harinama doesn't require initiation. Doesn't require Purusha and Brata, or yamas or niyamas or Diksha. It's not by Shastra, Harinama is not Diksha. It's just introduction. You're going in the right direction in spiritual life. Harinama, Guru gives Harinama means he's accepting you. He's accepting you. It's like preparatory for Diksha. Like going to summer school, studying some classes to prepare yourself to get enrolled in college. It's not a Diksha function. It's not Diksha at all. They say that, but it's not. And if you take Harinama from you take shelter of some Guru, and gives his mercy to you in teaching, and gives you what you call Harinama, you're not bound. There's no binding of that Guru. You can leave that Guru and go to another Guru. Diksha is somewhat binding because it's a nitya relationship. The real Sadguru gives Diksha and it's eternal. The relationship with Diksha Guru is eternal. Jami say, A Prabhu say. Narottam Das Thakur.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I pray to Radharani and to Advaita Prabhu and to Nitai that you can find your Diksha Guru and take Diksha.
And who can give Harinam?
Anybody.
Anybody. I can give you Harinam.
Anybody give you Harinam. You know, the idea you can get Harinam from rickshaw also. But now what you're getting, you're not really getting Harinam because Harinam is freely available. It's not addiction. It's not. But what signifies that you're surrendering to a spiritual master. It signifies that you're taking shelter of a spiritual authority in your life and accepting this person as a teacher, as a master. And that's the important aspect of Harinam. You're making a commitment to spiritual life. You're accepting the person. Because generally who you take Harinam from, you take Diksha from. Right? So it's a good thing, but it's not, you know, like now you say you can take Harinam, he can give anyone can give you Harinam, but not anyone can give you shelter or their mercy. If someone is been chosen by their Guru to be a Guru, or they have the realization of Guru Tattva in their heart, then they give you, they're acting as Gurus, they can give you real shelter, real mercy, because they're empowered by the Guru Parampara. One of the symptoms of the Guru is he says Satsu. He's been recommended. He's been approved by his Guru.
Also right.
This is Hari Bhakti Vilas said the Guru should be approved by his Guru. In other words, the Guru tells you, say, well, I trained you, you're qualified, you give Diksha now. Now you just make a form and a piece of paper and shoot, new Guru on the block. This is Shastra. Thank you for your question.
Thank you very much.
I knew you had a question. I can feel it. Yeah. Yes.
When Mahaprabhu gave the Govardhan Shila to Raghunath Goswami, he gave also the Kunjamala, and he said this represents Radharani.
Radhika Charan.
Yes. But how the Kunjamala is connected with Radha, how we can understand this?
How's Gunjamal connected with Radharani?
Yes.
What's your question there?
He gave the Govardhan Shila to
The
Radha.
indication about the identity of Giriraj and Gunjamal is given in Antilila chapter 6 of Antilila when Lord Chaitanya introduced Gaudiya worship in the Gaudiya Sampradaya. It's the only deity worship he introduced in Gaudiya Sampradaya. So many Gaudiya Acharyas, they give their disciples Gaudiya Shilas at the time of Diksha, so they can do puja. The main murti for Gaudiya Sampradaya is Giriraj. Gauritai, all that's extra, but essential because ultimately Gaudiya Sampradaya is a Raganuga Sampradaya, Vishnu Raganuga Bhakti. And the father of Raganuga Bhakti is Rupa Goswami Raghunath Das. Raghunath Das worship Govardhan Shila. I'm going to ask you a question, Saki Shiromani. Is it true that your Gurudev Sri Anantadas Babaji Maharaj gave his Diksha disciples Govardhan Shilas to worship?
Maharaj, I haven't heard ever nor experienced that Gurudev would give automatically Govardhan Shila at Diksha, but I've heard that some disciples got the blessings or
To worship.
to worship. I haven't heard that it's automatically with receiving Diksha getting Govardhan Shila.
Okay.
Many
Thank you.
disciples get the Shila as a gift or ask if they could worship, they got
Yeah,
blessings.
that's a proper system. Take permission from Guru to do puja. Anyway, there it's described, Lord Chaitanya gave to Raghunath Das, and he said, you worship this Gaudiya Shila as Saksha Brajana Nandan. He's directly Krishna, so there's no installation required. And he gave him Gunjamala, the red and black berries, and little dry little seeds, little seeds. And he said, this is Radhika Charan. This represents Radha. So when you worship Giriraj with the Gunjamala, you're worshiping Radha and Krishna Yugal. You worship him as Radha Krishna Yugal, and you pray to Giriraj as a devotee of Krishna. Raghunath Das is Gauranastikam, and there's other prayers, Krishna Kara. I think there's 2 or 3 prayers.
Hari Dasvarya.
Hari Dasvarya and Radharani spoke to Dengaki. Hari Dasvarya.
Govardhan Ashtakam.
Gauranastikam. There's 2 Gauranastikam, one by Raghunath and one by Vishnath. Vishnath and Raghunath. Raghunath Das Goswami Vishnath have prayers to Govardhan. And they're praying to Govardhan as a devotee. Please give me mercy. Hari Dasvarya is the greatest Hari Das. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, 18,000 slokas of Bhagavatam, it describes, there's so many great devotees mentioned there, Pandavas, Yudhishthira, Arjuna, and Kapila Muni, and so many, Prahlad, everyone. But only 3 devotees of 18,000 slokas, only 3 devotees are described as Haridas. Who are they?
Yudhishthira.
I know, so I won't say.
Govinda Das. Who are the 3 Haridas described in Bhagavatam?
Yudhishthira, Uddhava and Giriraj Govardhan.
You agree with that?
No. Yudhishthira is correct. Giriraj is correct, but not Uddhava.
What's the 3rd one?
Why do you say that?
The third one is
No, I think it's Uddhava.
maybe it is Uddhava, maybe it is Uddhava.
Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe, Guru Mahasaya Ki Jai. That's right,
I
sir.
can't remember any.
Who spoke Uddhava Gita to Uddhava?
Krishna.
Oh, this question. So Uddhava, Krishna spoke Uddhava Gita. Half the 11th canto is Uddhava Gita. Fantastic teachings, very important teachings. Many chapters of Uddhava Gita are parallel to Bhagavad Gita chapters. I give my disciples a list of comparative chapters. Read this chapter of Gita, read this chapter of Uddhava Gita. Bhagavad Gita, Uddhava Gita, side by side. For the studious ones. A different medicine for different patients. Radhe Radhe. So what was the question? What was the question?
Yeah, the question was, if I worship Giriraj, it is logical for me that it is Krishna because of the Govardhan Lila, but the Gunjamala, I don't have the connection how I can see that this is a representation of Radharani, the Gunjamalas, how to...
Well, I mean, Radharani, the mantris they string Gunjamalas. They give it to Radharani. Radharani offers them to Krishna. He dresses Krishna, he offers them Gunjamalas. And when Radharani dances in Raslila, she dances so amazingly. Krishna said, I want to give you some reward. But the dearest, I have this pearl necklace, I have gold necklace, I have emerald necklace, I have ruby necklace, I got all the jazz on my neck, everything you can imagine. Well, what's the most dear thing I can give? I give this necklace. So he takes out the Gunjamala and puts it around Radharani with great appreciation, gratitude, and love. He said, your dancing is fantastic. You're Gandharvika. You're the greatest dancer. So why Gunjamala? Gunjamala represents Radha Krishna Yugal. The black dot on the Gunjamala represents Krishna and Sham, and the red dot is Radharani's Anurag. So it's completely connected with Radharani. It's shiny, fiery red. A fresh one though. You get all they lose their color. But a fresh Gunjamala, very fiery red, like this lady's sari, It's like you're like a little Gunjamala. A black bindi or a Gunjamala. So the black dot is Radharani's Sham Ras, and the red dot is Radharani's Ras, Anurag Ras. So it's very rustic and it's connected with Radharani. Everything, as soon as you see Gunjamala, you think this is Radha and Krishna Yugal. And it's so rustic. This is Radharani. And what's Shama is a little black dot. This little black dot, and that's the entire area, the geographic area that Gunja seed, 90% of it's covered by red. And a little bit's black. So that means Radharani's Anurag completely envelops and covers and surrounds Krishna on all sides.
I've never heard this. This is so nice.
And Krishna's overthrown. Radharani's Anurag overthrown Sham. That's represented by Gunjamala.
Krishna is controlled by her love.
Praying Vasibhut, 25th quality Radharani, praying Vasibhut. Radharani's praying, she controls Krishna. The Gunjamala is such an Udipan, the see Gunjamala is such an Udipan for Radha Krishna Smaran. It used to grow near the Gurukul. I used to go to Pundari Vijayanithi. It's like a vine. It goes around here and there. It's over by the Goshaw on top of the roof or something, on the small roofs there where servants said. It was growing there. We crawl up there on a ladder. And what happens is this seed pod, this leaves, they dry up, and inside the dry leaves is gunjari. It's like brown leaves. Brown leaves, you open the brown leaves, there's gunja seed, like a little treasure. It's really cool. I went there with them. They're real crackly and dry. And they dry out, there's a little stem, and the leaves are dried out brown, like pale brown. Inside is gunja. What is this? You open up, wow, fire engine red and bright red like that. So it's fun to pick them, You pick them and you string them when they're fresh. If you wait till old, you can't get your nail through. We used to make Pundri guy used to make Gunjawala necklaces back in 87, 88. I was living in Gurukul. Go down to Gopal, was growing all over the place. Fun memory. You're great. Hey, wow. Any more questions? I think we're over time. What's the time?
Maharaj, what about white Gunjamalas? There are also white ones.
True.
I don't know about them.
Mostly they always mixed nowadays in Radha Kunda. The red ones with white and then black ones.
Just go to Vrindavan, you get all the red ones. I don't know about the white ones. Govinda Lilamrita says they're red. Krishna Ramanuja says they're red Gunjamala.
It's 5 or 10. 5:10.
5:10. 10 minutes overtime. It's okay. No one seems to be going. What?
magazine that someone was asking many Babas why Krishna likes so much Kunja Mala, and then no one says properly. And then there was some with buses story. Someone was going from village to village and asked with buses, and they said that from this pearl story, Krishna was planting pearls. Pearls were growing, and when gopis were planting, then actually Kunja Malas were growing.
That's cool.
And then Krishna likes it so much because he don't care for the pearls, but the gopis were planting this was Kunja Malas, that's why he likes it so much.
That's
Nice
cool.
one.
That's a nice addition.
And Madhavananda Prabhu also wrote in his magazine that gopis
Who,
were
what?
Madhavananda Prabhu. He wrote that gopis was angry with Krishna that Gunja malas are coming, not pearls. So they were swearing on him. They were saying bad words, but in very sweet manner. So for him, it's like they are chastising him in a very sweet manner. This is what represents this Gunja malas. But that's what he wrote.
I didn't get the connection. Chastising Kunjamala. You saying on the brains of words.
They're praising him and in Shlesh Vakya. They're chastising, but they're actually saying, I love you.
Yeah.
And that's
They
connected to the fact that
Prakshava.
Yes,
Yeah,
like they
Purokshava.
were angry that they cannot grow the pearls.
Yeah.
So they were chastising him, and in very sweet manner. He really likes it. So he said that this was.
So the one devotee lady said Madhavananda did some research and found some stories of Vrishvasi Brahmins and old devotees in Vrindavan. They said there's a story called Mukta Charita. There's a book by Raghunath Das Goswami called Mukta Charita. Describes, it's called in English called a pearl story. Mukta in Sanskrit, Mukta means Mukta or Mukta, whatever. Mukta means pearl, moti, pearl. So Krishna asked his mother for some pearls. He wanted to plant the pearls. So he planted the pearls and all trees came up full of pearls. Pearl trees. Because, it's Krishna. But the unique thing about the pearls were different colors. Some were red pearls, blue pearls, green pearls, pink, all different colors. Pearls were different colors and they all had a fragrance. They smelled like flowers. The pearls smelled like flowers. They smelled like Jewy and Chameli and Gulab and all amazing flowers. So then the gopis heard about it. They said, Krishna made a pearl garden, and outside of Nandagram is one place called Mukta Kund or something. It's right there where the Leela took place. And so we should plant pearls too, because they planted pearls. Actually, they went to Krishna and said, will you sell us some of your pearls? Oh no, what happened? So then the gopi said, Krishna's got all these pearls. You don't have any pearl garden, Radha. Oh yeah, we'll show that guy. Krishna, his pearl garden, he put water on his garden. He watered his garden with water. He watered his pearls with water. Put water on the pearls. We'll plant a garden. We'll put milk. We'll water our pearl plants with milk. We use milk and ghee and all kinds of good stuff. Coconut juice and carrot juice. Cane sugar juice. They're watering with milk and ghee and all this stuff. They thought they were going to have really big pearls and bigger pearls than Krishna to feed his pearl garden. Radharani's pearl garden, Ki Jai. So they growing, all of a sudden it started sprouting up, sprouts started going. And there's thorn bushes. They had thorns on it, are useless, And then Krishna heard it, and they were really scared because the gopis took all the pearls out of the jewelry box that their mother-in-law gave them, their husband gave them. They planted all these pearls and they're all missing now. And mother-in-law's going to say, where are the pearl necklaces at? So they went to Krishna to get some pearls back. He said, Krishna, can you give us some pearls? You have 1,000 pearls. He said, no, I'm not going to give you one pearl. And then Krishna started making pearl necklaces. He Give pearl necklaces to the monkeys. Give pearl necklaces to the monkeys, to the dogs. The dogs, he has two dogs. Krishna has two pet dogs. One is called Brahma Raka, and the other is called Vyagra. It's in Radha Krishna Radha Shiva. Brahma Raka and Vyagra. He made pearl necklaces for them, and they're walking around happy with their pearl necklace. And Gaudiya said, and Radha said, Radha, what are we going to do? He's giving pearl necklaces to the monkeys, to the dogs, and he won't give you one pearl. Yeah, that's good. So then they said, we have to buy some. So then Lalita said, Krishna, how much you want for your pearls? $50 million, one pearl. 50 million gold coins. I said, come on, don't be ridiculous. You know? So then finally they had a talk, this, that, the other thing. It happened in Hari Kunda, which is right here in Radha Kunda. Hari Kunda had all this discussion. Then Krishna broke down, and then he said, okay. He went back and got to his pearl stash, his stash of pearls, and he made one box. He made individual boxes. And on top of the box he wrote Lalita, one box, Radharani, another box. He made separate individual jewelry boxes. One jewelry box for Lalita, one for Vishaka. He put red pearl necklaces in blue and all different colors. And he first said, here, take the pearls. So this is a pearl story. So one Vrishvasi said, story, when the gopis were playing in pearls, it didn't come out weeds and thorn bushes. It didn't come out pearls, it came out gunjamala. And then Krishna came and said, well, let me see your pearls. I didn't get pearls, I got gunjamala. Oh, too bad, huh? And then the gopis started chastising Krishna, you dirty dog. Yeah. You lumpat, you dirt, you kapat, you cheater, you lumpat, you womanizer. You won't even give us one pearl, you're no good. But they said to chastise Krishna in such a way, he loves it anyway, loves chastising, even it doesn't matter. It can be, it's real chastising, the way I understand it. It's really chastising and really calling him lumpat, all that. But he takes it as being sweet, that's really the meaning of it. They're not speaking in a sweet way, they're giving it a sauce. You know? But you can't just have it sweets all the time, you have to have krill also. You eat krill and green chilies also help digest. You can't just eat sweets all the time. So Krishna doesn't eat all sweet. They chastised him, I was very sweet. I don't buy that. I don't buy that presentation. In terms of Ras, there's room for individuality. Rasa Vichar leaves room for subjectivity. But Tattva Vichar, Tattva Shastra, there's no room for subjectivity. It has to be totally objective based on the six Goswamis. Six Goswamis Narottam. Well, I feel that Jiva's like this. Get out of here. Yeah, that's based on. So Tattva philosophy, there's no room for subjectivity. We accept it, we surrender to it, we submit to it, we follow it, and we realize the fruits of that Shastra. So it's a nice twist that I never heard that. We can think that Gunjamala is the byproduct of Radharani's attempt to grow Pearl Garden. But she didn't grow pearls, she grew Gunjamala, and Gunjamala became Krishna's favorite necklace, far exceeding his pearl necklaces. Like Smita Sindhu describes, Krishna has a pearl necklace on his chest, and his pearl necklace looks like a row of swans flying across the dark blue sky in the rainy season. As Krishna's chest is dark blue like a monsoon cloud, and a row of swans flying in front of a monsoon cloud is the pearl necklace on Krishna's chest. I read that in 1974 when I first got Nectar Ocean. I never forgot. I said, wow, this is beautiful. I envisioned that. I said, wow, that's beautiful. Swans flying across the monsoon cloud. Krishna's chest like a monsoon cloud, dark blue. So the pearl necklace is there. He doesn't give, pearl necklace he gives to the monkeys. He doesn't care. he takes out the pearl necklace. Yashoda gives him so many necklaces and fancy necklaces. Go into the he just says, as soon as he gets out from the pasture, cowboy saying, hey, what's this crappy necklace, ruby, diamonds? Just take them out, throw them out, you know. Give them to Palinda women. We'll fly here on a tree, and the Palinda women will be like, okay, good. Take this kunja mala, take this flower, kadamba mala, and they make malas themselves. They take banyan leaves and make mala banyan leaves, give them mala leaves. Makes much more of those malas than diamonds. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe, Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe, Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Okay, and music performance, has some, when you do a musical concert, the guy does his last act. No, it's a really rocking knockout act. He runs on the stage. Everybody says, more. He comes out, and all of a sudden, he does. He waits for 5, 10 minutes. More stupid music, or whatever, you know. And then the guy comes, and one light comes out, and another light, and they all come running out. The other guy, okay. So in the mood of the hippie music time. So anyone, I extend the time. It's already like 20 after 5 already. For another question. But I love you all very much. Oh. 5 more questions. Let this new, they yellow, Kishangi. Let this lady in yellow ask a question.
What are the main differences between ISKCON and Advaita Parivar?
What's the question?
What's the difference between ISKCON and Advaita Parivar?
ISKCON and Advaita Parivar?
Yeah.
That's an interesting question. There's no difference. Well, there's every difference. My answer is there's no difference because we said simultaneously one difference. ISKCON Advaita Parivar and Nityananda Parivar and Gadadhara Parivar and Narottam Parivar and Shamananda Parivar and Krishna Parivar and Nityananda Parivar, they're all the same. They worship the same Radha and Krishna, they study the same Srimad Bhagavatam, same Bhagavad Gita, they chant the same Maha Mantra, and they chant the same Diksha Mantra. So they're the same, but there's also a difference. So you become my disciple, you know the difference. No, I'm not canvassing you. I pray you find your guru. Count me out. You know?
Yeah.
I don't believe in canvassing. Every jiva has to find their own guru, you know. You hear from gurus, and their message to choose a guru, the message of the words of the guru should be convincing to your intelligence and mind and captivating to your heart. They just convince your mind and intelligence because it's intelligent presentation and good philosophy, but it doesn't capture your heart, it's not your guru. It has to capture your heart and satisfy your intellectual curiosity. Because we have intelligence, we have heart. Ultimate decision is heart, and ultimate decision is not our decision, because we can't even decide who our guru is. We just pray to Krishna and he makes a decision for us. Krishna helps you find guru.
Krishna comes to you. Krishna comes to you.
Yeah, Krishna comes to you for a guru. I don't agree with that. So someone is saying Krishna comes to you in a form of guru. I disagree with that. I say if you're sincere and you're praying and Krishna directs you from the heart to meet your guru. Krishna doesn't come to you. I don't go to Russia to meet somebody. The disciple comes to the guru. It's always that way. You know, the Muni sits on top of the hill in his ashram. He doesn't come down in the valley. They come and I say, well, the people go up, they walk up all the way up the hill, sit at the feet of the Muni and do, I want your side. Okay, take a room here, cut firewood. We'll be initiated. We'll talk about it later. Cut firewood, clean the ashram, do so. I'm here for 6 months, you haven't given me diksha. Keep going. Keep doing seva. And one day he said, okay, you're ready for diksha. You know, it's Guru tests the disciple. So, but Krishna, the Adi Guru is Krishna. When Krishna sees you're ready to receive his mercy incarnation as, not an incarnation, wrong word, his mercy manifestation as Guru, he directs you to Guru. 1861 of Gita.
Yeah.
Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Vidya Shardina Tishati Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yancharidaya Maya. Krishna is in the heart of Paramatma. He's directing the jiva. Brahmanda, Brahmatekam, Bhagavan Jiva. Some fortunate soul, man or lady, meets the Guru. But Krishna is in the heart, he's directing. Go there, meet him here, and find your success. Our famous Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he made one statement in Chaitanya's teachings, an English book he wrote, published in English also very much. He said, one should be ready to, I said this the other day, one should be ready to search the whole world, over to find his Sadguru. Sadguru means my Nitya Guru, my eternal Guru, life after life, and on into the spiritual world forever. Jaya Guru Dev.
What I said about Krishna coming from Guru, I didn't mean it literally. I meant that Krishna will not come to us directly. Radharani will not come to us directly. We have to go, only through Guru can we go.
Right. Need introduction, need acceptance. No submission, no permission. No permission, no admission. You submit to Guru, then you get permission to enter the Kunj. Then you get admission. Submission, permission, admission.
No submission, no admission.
This is described in Prem Bhakti Chandani by Narottam Das Thakur Mahasaya. He explains when will I stand behind Champa as Vinodavali Mandri will stand behind Narottam. Manjari Mandri will take me in the Kunj with Sri Rupa Mandri, and Manjari will enter the Kunj and bring a Navadasi with her. Navadasi will be a sadhana devotee, disciple of Narottam Parivar, Vishnu Chakravarti. So then, he'll be there. But in this case, it's Narottam himself, Champak Mandri. Champak Mandri is standing behind Rupa Mandri, and enter the Kunj. And Radharani's looking at Rupa Mandri. Rupa Mandri, who's that Navadasi behind you? She looks nice. Oh, her. She's a disciple of Lokanath Goswami. She's very nice. She's ready to serve you. I'm introducing you to her. Oh, okay. What's her name? Her name is Champak Mandri. Okay. Brush my hair. Okay. Say it begins. Introduction.
So who gives the Manjari Swarup? The Guru or Radharani?
Who gives the Manjari Swarup? Meditation on Manjari Swarup is given by Guru, Shri Guru Charan. What is Sandara? It's the mercy of the feet of my Guru. Shri Guru Charan, the mercy of the feet of the Guru, I get my Manjari Swarup. And by Yogamaya's arrangement, I realize it at the level of Bhava Bhakti and enter service for Radha Krishna. Guru gives Manjari Swarup. The Guru is he's representing Bhakti, and Bhakti is Radharani Shakti, so it's like, it's one of these Achinta Veda things. Radharani is giving us Swarup in the form of a Guru. The Guru gives Bhakti, and when he feels you're qualified, he gives Swarup. So, anything, wherever there's potency acting is Radharani, wherever there's Shaktiman acting is Krishna. Simple. So Guru is representing Shaktiman Krishna, but his Shakti is Radharani. He's,
Wow.
he's representing Krishna Shaktiman, and the Shakti of Bhakti is Radharani and Samvit. So Guru is representing his Guru's power is Kripa Shakti Murti. Kripa is Radharani's energy. Kripa is Kripa Shakti Murti. He's a form of Radha's Kripa. Who's Kripa? Radharani's Kripa, not Krishna's Kripa. Krishna doesn't have any Kripa. Krishna is merciless. If you're getting any Kripa, it's from Radharani. Don't waste time with Krishna.
Yeah, no one says Krishna Kripa. Everyone says Radharani Kripa.
Yeah. There's only Keval Radharani Kripa. What do you think?
Regarding the Kripa or
Yes.
the Manjari
Regarding-
Swarup?
Regarding Kripa.
Of course, Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe.
What about Manjari Sri? You want to speak something about that?
So exactly, Maharaj, as you mentioned, I've heard also the explanation that the Srila Jiva Goswami explains that, as you mentioned, that Shakti and Shaktiman, so both aspects, that as Samasti Guru, he has his representatives as Vyasti Guru. So as if our Gurudev, by meditation on his lotus feet, by his mercy, by Radharani Shakti mercy, that the Vyasti Guru, as he is in connection with Samasti Guru.
Yeah, it comes down from
They
from
walk,
above.
as Gurudev would mention, that they walk into this in the spiritual world. That it's explained as Jiva Goswami even heard told in this way, so that the Samasti Guru points to one of the Nishkriya Shaktis. It means Nishkriya, it means non-active murtis, that all the associates, Nitya Siddhas, associates of Radha Krishna, they have their Manjari, Sakhi, Swarup, Saka, so they are lively serving.
Yeah,
But
they're
then-
conscious.
But then they are murtis that are beautifying the spiritual abode, but they are not active. And as we would say, the statue, like that, meaning they're beautiful, but
But
not.
my Guru Dev says like a statue is not Jada. He says Chit Shakti.
Yes.
Jada means stone. Jada means stone like Jada. He says not Jada.
Yes.
They asked him about it.
They possess all those transcendental qualities, and then as Sri Krishna Samasti Guru, who is sitting on the left side of Sri Krishna, having the same, they say, form as Sri Krishna, that he
My
points of
Guru
that.
Dev says the same thing.
So that he points as to that particular Manjari Swarup for that disciple, for each of us, and then Sri Guru writes it down. Our Gurudev, the Vyasti Guru, writes it down.
Comes down to the dictionary.
Notes down and mercifully
That's the way it works.
gives to the disciple, unfortunately.
So the Bhav is given by the Guru, but it's coming from above.
Yeah. It's like the Guru gives awareness of the siddha that's coming from the spiritual world. Just like in the first count of Bhagavatam, 6th chapter, 28th verse, Narada Muni, Vishnu brought the spiritual body from Vishnu Loka to give to Narada Muni at the time of death. It's described there. Prayujamana, it says Vaikuntha Murti Prayujamana, he brought a spiritual body for Narada Muni at the time of death. He was a little Bhava Bhakti. He was having sattvic vikars, he was trembling, he was crying. While he's doing sadhana, he was experiencing Bhava. So his Bhava matured into prema. And then first he had darshan of Vishnu, and then he became full of anxiety. And then that darshan upgraded his Bhava to prema. And at the time of death he had prema, Vaikuntha prema, Vishnu prema. So then Vishnu came at the time of death, he of his material body simultaneously, he brought his spiritual body from the spiritual world. So it comes down. So that whole process is done more before you die. You know, in Gaudiya Vaisnava, you don't have to die to get your spiritual body. Narada Muni wasn't in Gaudiya. That's how he got his spiritual body at the time of death. Describe Bhagavatam, first chapter, 6th chapter, first canto, 6th chapter, 28th verse. So I don't know what question we're on or whether or not.
Yes. Where's the sadhana?
Any other question? Yes?
In addition, Maharaj, in addition of what Mataji asked you both questions, Mataji in yellow sari, what is his name? I want to ask you, what about those parivars who given Diksha mantras, Gayatri mantras, but they don't give Siddha Pranali? Can we consider it as a complete Diksha, or can we consider it's not Diksha at all?
Good question. It's a good question.
The question is, in some spiritual groups in Gaudiya Vaishnavism, the gurus give diksha to disciple, but they don't give siddha pranali. So can we consider that proper diksha or not? So the answer is yes, it's proper diksha, and my proof of that is Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Brihad Bhagavatamrita, that Gopal Kumar met a guru briefly, and he got the Gopal mantra, he got Vaishnava Diksha mantra. He didn't get siddha pranali, but eventually by his sadhana bhajan, he had understood he was in Sekarati, and when he left, he got a coward boy body. So that's the answer. They don't give siddha pranali, but the diksha is bona fide.
But in this story, he took a very long journey to reach his Gopal.
No, you're confused about the situation of that story. She's asking a question about Brihad Bhagavatamrita and Gopal Kumar's journey, transcendental space odyssey, and it appears from superficial reading that he's dying 1,000 births and being reborn as Brahma and a sage and Rishi and Tapaloka and Vishnu and all these different forms and everywhere, dying and taking birth and doing sadhana and getting meds. But it's not like that at all. You have to understand Shastras from Guru. My Guru told me the same Gopal Kumar, he sat at one place in Govardhan, he was doing bhajan. While he was chanting his Diksha mantras doing bhajan, he experienced all these planes of consciousness. These are planes of consciousness. Tapalok, Janalok, Bhumilok, Janalok, Tapalok, Satyalok, Vaikuntalok, Ayodhya, this, that. He went everywhere. They're all planes, they're levels of consciousness experienced right now. It's like having dream experience or something. He didn't leave, he didn't die, he didn't change his body. Like the Pandavas, when they left this world, they went in their self-same body to the spiritual world. But Dhruva Maharaj was a young child doing puja, doing meditation of Vishnu. He went in the self-same body. She explained the Tikas also of Vishnu. It's spiritual, a totally spiritual body. So Gopal Kumar, he traveled all those places in the same body, and he finally went to Goloka and saw Krishna. And that was the perfection of his journey. It means he died, and he appeared in Krishna's Leela as a coward boy, Gopal Kumar.
So it means without receiving Siddha Pranali, devotee can achieve perfection anyway.
So the question is, that's Siddha Pranali. Brihad Bhagavatamrita explains the way you can attain perfection. Of course you can draw that conclusion.
It can also be that the Guru gives it later, after Diksha, 1 year or 2 years.
No, Siddha Pranali usually isn't given a Diksha. That's a rare case. Usually given sometime afterwards. But the Stairati is given a Diksha. The Stairati, the Stairati means your permanent loving relationship is given in the Diksha mantras. That's transferred from the heart of the Guru to the heart of the disciple through the Diksha mantra process. Stairati means Madhurarati, Sakirati, Vatsairati. So the Gaudiya Sampradaya, most gurus if they know the Stairati, it's Madhurarati, so they transfer Madhurarati into the heart of the disciple. That rati becomes the base of developing your spiritual body. First you have to establish Stairati in the heart, and then you can receive the Siddhaya and realize it at the time of Bhava. The Jiva has no fixed Stairati from birth. There's no prema, no bhagya. We discussed that the last time.
But can you say that when you get Diksha in these lines, your Diksha is bona fide, nothing wrong with it, but it's incomplete without siddhanta? Can we say that?
No, I don't say that.
You didn't say that.
Because you can attain prema by vaidhi bhakti. So basically the many popular modern Gaudiya Vaisnava movements, they teach vaidhi bhakti. So it takes some lifetimes anywhere you are. But by practicing vaidhi bhakti you can attain prema. So on the way to praying you'll go to Baba, and at Baba your spiritual body will be revealed to you, like Narada Muni. So they can, Siddhanta is the perfection in Gaudiya Vaishnava doesn't depend on Siddhanta. But Gaudiya Vaishnavism is a movement to send people to Vrindavan. So Vrindavan means you have to follow Raghunath Bhakti. You want to serve the Vishwasis. You can't attain the association service of Vishwasis without following Raghunath Bhakti. And part of Raghunath Bhakti is have a siddhanta, because you can't practice Raghunath Bhakti without a siddhanta. So you're back to square one. So in modern Vaishnava movements, the Ankara Brahman, you don't follow Rag Bhakti, they'll attain Vaikuntha if they have no rag at all. But if they have some rag, they'll go to the Aishwarya portion and go to Vrindavan. We described that last time. That's described in Rag Vardhana and Chandrika and by Vishnu Chakravarti, chapter 28 of the Srimad Bhagavatam commentaries, and also in Bhakti-Rasa Sindhu commentaries and also Madhurya Vrindavan and Vaishwarya.
But if you want Manjari Bhav, then you have to have siddhanta.
Yeah. Manjari Bhav, you get that from a Rag Bhakti Guru, and when he's gonna give you Manjari Bhav, will give you siddhanta to go with it. That's part of the Stairati.
Oh, thank you for all this clarification.
Right. Okay, let's see. I'll take one more question before I faint.
Maharaj, you should stop and eat something. You should stop and eat something.
I will. I'll eat big time.
You haven't eaten anything.
One more question. Yes.
May I ask, what is about this double or multiple identities? Like Narada was like also Naradi Gopi, there are stories then, or Arjuna even, there is the stories that he was curious with Krishna and wanted to see, and then he became Arjuna. There is a story from Shastra.
What's the question?
And we have more than one spiritual body.
How is it that there are more than one?
Question is, can we have more than one spiritual body?
Yeah, more identities in the spiritual realm.
It says in Chandogya Upanishad that Nitya Siddha, sadhana Siddha devotees can have 1,020 different spiritual bodies.
How many?
1,020. I'll keep you busy.
I've heard that we can have more than one.
It says in Chandogya Upanishad, the chapter reference and everything is